4 centuries and more ago, a romantic Spanish novelist invented a name for a place that had not even been discovered. Know ye, he wrote, that at the right hand of the Indies there is an island called California. He went on to describe it as a new terrestrial paradise. Ever since then, people have been coming to California in search of many things. More than 2 centuries later, in 1769, came the first colonizers, the Spanish Padres, seeking through their chain of missions to establish a new outpost of Christianity in a heathen world. And then, in 1849, gold became the magnet, which drew thousands of Americans across the plains in a great tide of migration which has never slackened. Where the early pioneers toiled for months on their journey, today's visitors traverse the nation in a few swift hours in search of a new world of things to see. And they are not disappointed, for within the bounds of this California, there is a whole world of sights to see.
And then in like 2012, 2013 is really when a lot of the tech jobs started moving up to San Francisco and leaving Silicon Valley. Started seeing neighborhoods that had historically been areas where one could afford maybe a minimum wage job, but also afford rent at the same time. Those rents were no longer becoming affordable because of the process of gentrification, where a particular neighborhood becomes popular. It's marketed that way by developers in San Francisco, for example, and Oakland. I mean, those who are being hired at tech companies, and this is actually public information, these are not diverse companies in terms of who they're hiring, mostly men, mostly white. So there's an influx of this particular demographic into an entire region, essentially. And so in neighborhoods like the Mission, for example, which is gentrifying very quickly, a lot of businesses and restaurants, bars, maybe they were paying $4,000, $5,000 a month for a space. All of a sudden, the landlord says, hey, it's $12,000 a month now, and that's impossible for a lot of places.
Hey, all the way up there, look.
They were literally going on the opposite side of the street, these kids, and touching cars and hitting their windows.
And then what comes in, what we're seeing, I mean, really, if you just walk down Valencia Street in San Francisco or walk down 24th Street, a lot of high-end cocktail lounges, nicer restaurants. So the people who've been living in these apartments for a long time can no longer afford their neighborhood.
I gotta tell you one thing, in this neighborhood, people don't last longer than a year and a half. They come in here and they figure it's really cute and whatever, but it's so expensive, but they'll see how it goes, and after 1 year they realize it's not worth it. So they'll go live somewhere else for less. Even if you make more than $100,000 a year, if you still have to pay $2,500 for a room or for a studio, it doesn't matter how much you make, it's just stupid to pay that much, Yeah. There's no need for it. What do you get in exchange? It's not much that you wouldn't get anywhere else.
At this point, Google and Facebook and Twitter, they're not going away. But I think what's important for these companies is, like, if you're going to be here, if this is where you are located, if this is where you're inviting thousands of workers to come, like, be a member of your community, listen to the people that live in this community, think about the ways that you're affecting the community.
California offers opportunities unmatched. For California is still that mythical island at the right hand of the Indies, The new world the explorers, the 49ers, and now you have sought and found. The world in a state. The world in a week.